How do you prevent water from forming under your sleeping pad at night when you're camping on the snow, whether it's glacier, mountaineering, or anything else? I received a question from Rick Guthrie 7662. Thank you very much. He was camping on Mazama Ridge on Mount Rainier, and he woke up in the morning and he had his X-Ped air mat, and he lifted up the air mat and it was completely wet. Or at least it's a no thermalist, insulate, just X-Ped mat. Why was there water underneath my pad? How do I prevent it? Thanks, Rick. Well, Rick, here's a problem. When you are sleeping on an X-Ped 9 mat, this is my X-Ped 9 mat. You can see how thick it is. They don't even make these anymore. Mine got damaged, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one, unfortunately. But your body, when you're laying on here, you are worth about a 100-watt light bulb as far as heat. Not LED, incandescent, back in the day, right? Your heat actually will start to warm up the air in the air mat, and that heat will go from your body down to the bottom of the air mat, and it will actually translate into the snow and begin melting it. I have created ice spots in Greenland, Antarctica, in Yellowstone at -40 degrees, on Denali, super cold. And the best, what I can recommend is if you've got a Z-Rest, and this is a real problem, is put a Z-Rest under your X-Bed mat, and that will definitely help. But when it's ultra cold, what I personally do is I put my Z-Rest on top of my X-Ped air mat, because even though the X-Ped air mat is super good, the nylon actually gets cold and it starts sucking the heat out of my body, even though it's down insulated. And so I use the Z-Rest as an extra insulation layer. The X-Ped 9 is a 9R therm value, and the Z-Rest is like 2 maybe. So that 11 helps reduce the melting. So if you add the Z-Rest to your setup, that will help. But here's the big problem. It is pretty much unavoidable because your body will drive that heat, warm up the air mat, and it will begin melting. So the only real way is just to keep adding insulation until you don't have water under the air mat. So if you really want to do a test, use a Thermarest super insulated mat plus your X-Ped mat and a Z-Rest. Just try it in a local cold place with snow. Sleep on that sort of stack up if you can still sleep on it. And in the morning you will have very little pooling of water, especially on Rainier. It can be cold, but it's not that cold. And as a consequence, things are wet. I've had that happen snow camping. I get up, I lift my air mat up, and oh my gosh, everything's soaked, and I have to dry it out. So it's really just a thermodynamics physics problem. But adding a Z-Rest, and you don't have to use the expensive Thermarest Z-Rest like this one. Oh yeah, there it is. Thermarest Z-Rest. My buddy in Terry, in Two Friends and a Polar Bear, we talked about this. He used the Walmart knockoff Z-Rest, way cheaper, and my Z-Rest actually looked more worked over. His Walmart one actually looked better than mine, and his was Ozark Trail and way cheaper. So I highly recommend that. Go to Walmart, buy an extra Z-Rest, use some paracord to attach it so it doesn't attach the Z-Rest to the X-Ped mat. Doesn't float off. You'll have all or much less water. Thank you very much for watching. Please ask questions in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you.